Hello, my friends at Prince of Peace. Tyler here with a weekend update for October 15th, the 28th Sunday in Ordinary Time. And jumping right in, you'll see we've got a brand new look, the POP Messenger. Several other parishes in the area have kind of branded their bulletin, and we liked it. We want to do that too. So right on the cover, you see called POP, High School Youth Ministry. So called called High School Ministry returns October 22nd. Following the 5 p.m. Mass here at Holy Family. So that's that 5 p.m. Sunday Mass. They're going to start with a potluck dinner and then a discussion on the search. So this is for grades 9 through 12. This is high school ministry. This is with Steve and Katie Karen and their two kids. And the goal is to go to Steubenville East in Massachusetts this summer. A big evangelical Holy Spirit event put on by Franciscan University of Steubenville. And it draws in 1,300, 1,500 teens from all over the East Coast for a real awakening of the Holy Spirit within themselves. So that's the goal. October 22nd is their first meeting. They start with a potluck. They're going to discuss the search. Every teen that comes gets a brand new Bible and journal just for them, and a discussion on those themes of how to live out your Catholic faith in this crazy world we live in. So be sure to check that out. They're going to meet once a month. The schedule's right inside the bulletin. And this week, our gospel reading is from Matthew chapter 22, verses 1 through 14. So Jesus again in reply spoke to the chief priests and the elders of the people in parables, saying, "The kingdom of heaven may be likened to a king who gave a wedding feast for his son. He dispatched his servants to summon the invited guests to the feast, but they refused to come. A second time he sent other servants, saying, 'Tell those invited, behold, I have prepared my banquet. My calves and fattened cattle are killed, and everything is ready. Come to the feast.' Some ignored the invitation and went away, one to his farm, another to his business. The rest laid hold of his servants, mistreated them, and killed them. The king was enraged and sent his troops, destroyed those murderers, and burned their city. Then he said to his servants, 'The feast is ready, but those who were invited were not worthy to come. Go out therefore into the main roads and invite to the feast whomever you find.' The servants went out into the streets and gathered all they found, bad and good alike, and the hall was filled with guests. But when the king came in to meet the guests, he saw a man there not dressed in a wedding garment. The king said to him, 'My friend, how is it that you came in here without a wedding garment?' But he was reduced to silence. Then the king said to his attendants, 'Bind his hands and feet and cast him out into the darkness outside, where there will be wailing and grinding of teeth. Many are invited, but few are chosen.'" This is our gospel for this week. All right. So let's see. November and December are going to be very busy, so stay tuned for all these things coming up. All Saints Day, All Souls Day, Veterans Day, Thanksgiving, Advent, Bambinelli Sunday, Cookies of Joy, Christmas and New Year's. It's all going to come up pretty fast, so be sure to stay tuned right here. We did do the Cross the Street training with the Lewiston Police Department and Tri-County Mental Health Services. That's available on our parish website. If you weren't able to attend and you want to know more about the ministry, please go on to YouTube and check that out for the Cross the Street training. It was some very helpful information about how to help the homeless population here in Lewiston and just what they're looking for and the best tools in which we as Catholics can help them. And kind of in that vein, Monday night adult education is going to continue with Catholic Social Teaching 101. It's going to be a one-part class Monday, November 6th. So as soon as Father Patrick's introduction to the Mass is done, stay tuned. We're going to keep that same Monday pattern that following Monday, November 6th. We're going to be right back here at the Holy Family Hall for an evening on Catholic Social Teaching from 6:30 to 7:30. It'll probably go a little bit later, probably to 8, because it is a one-part class. So that's going to be live streamed. It's going to be on Teams, so you're going to be able to interact. Everything you've come to know and love about a Monday night adult education class is going to continue with Catholic social teaching. And so the dignity of the human person, the family and community, rights and responsibilities, an option for the poor, the dignity of work, solidarity, and care for God's creation. These are the 7 themes we're going to be covering. Catholic Charities is going to be there, as well as our social ministry with just some of the current projects we have going here at Prince of Peace. And maybe you can't walk the streets, maybe you can't directly get involved, but we're going to have ways that you can help us from home, even just supporting us in the ministries and the efforts. Because this is, if you want to meet Jesus, this is where you have to go. You have to live out these core values in your Christian faith of serving the poor, feeding the needy, clothing the naked. These are what we have to do if we want to meet God. He says, whatever you do for those, that is where I am. So Catholic social ministry, let's see. We've got Catholic Men's Retreat coming up October 28th at Holy Trinity. It's not too late to register, so that's going to be a one-day free retreat sponsored by the Prince of Peace Men's Group and the Knights of Columbus, as well as an All Saints Day party and potluck, again, October 28th. So we're gonna have a retreat in the morning, then dads, you're gonna run home, you're gonna grab your kids, we're gonna party in the evening, because that's how we do it at Prince of Peace. So an All Saints Day party and potluck is going to be on October 28th. That's a Saturday at Holy Trinity. It's sponsored by the families of the Faith Formation program here at Prince of Peace. So we're going to say, dress as your favorite saint, bring your car or your SUV, decorate it for a trunk or treat. We're going to have dad-drawn hay rides. We're going to bob for donuts on a string. We're skipping the apples this year. Too many bugs going around, so everybody gets their own donut on a string. We'll see who eats theirs first. Make your own votive candle, and then new for 2023, we're going to have a pumpkin contest. So the Prince of Peace priests, boy, that's Prince of Peace priests, the priests of POP, let's say it that way, are going to judge your family's best Catholic-themed pumpkin. So bring your carved pumpkin. So sharpen your knives, get them ready, carve that in the, whether it's the Holy Family, the cross, the skyline of Bethlehem. Carve your best Catholic-themed pumpkin and have our priests of POP judge it. We're going to have that judged by age group, so it's going to be by family. So your family of young kids will judge you by, the first, second grade. If you got high schools, we'll judge by high school for a claim at that top prize of best POP pumpkin. So that's going to be new for this year at Holy Trinity. And conveniently, we're making votive candles too. So don't even need to bring your own light. We've got that too. Another thing you'll notice in here is more articles on raising a Catholic family. So it happened to me this week with my own oldest son. He says, "Yeah, how do I know that God's real, Dad? Some days I just don't feel it." And I'm like, "Geez, and what am I doing wrong?" Like, here I am working at the church. I'm in evangelization and catechism, and like my own son, like, and I so wanted to, like, what do you mean you don't know? How do I best respond to this? I can't get mad. Like, we all have doubts. As adults, we have our doubts, and those creep in, and anger's not the way. So I paused and we talked it out. But then I Googled it and I said, how to talk to your kid about this? How do you keep your kid Catholic? How do you keep your kid believing in God? And so I found this article on Catholic Links. So we included that in the bulletin this week. Encourage questions. It's okay. This author says that our faith can stand up to questions. You don't have to do this alone. There's 2,000 plus years of tradition and scholars that we can lean upon. The Catechism of the Catholic Church, go through that as a family. Listen to them and don't be afraid to say that you don't know the answer. If you don't know, say, let's look it up together. We do have all these wonderful resources. And then invite them to keep looking. Let them challenge it so they come to know it's true. We have to meet that with love and charity. So there's some tips there in the bulletin, a nice article on Catholic kids have big questions. We as parents should learn how to answer them. First Communion Confirmation Retreat coming up at Holy Family on November 4th. It's going to be from 9 to 12, so that's for every first grade student enrolled in our Sacramental Prep Spark program. It's a retreat on baptism. Please keep in your prayers the now 16 adults and 18 kids who have since the publication of this bulletin, who are looking to becoming Catholic, who are joining our RCA program. So please keep them in your prayers as they seek out God's plan for their lives. Still in need of a few sponsors. So sponsor someone to walk with them, to take them to parish functions, introduce them to adoration, introduce them to people in the parish, and walk with them in their journey. So we need a handful of sponsors. So if you're interested, please reach out. It'd be nice to have a pool of resources to draw from, because we really want to make sure we're matching people together who we think will be good fits. So please do reach out for that. If you're an adult in need of confirmation, now's the time to start having that conversation. Maybe you received First Communion as a child and never finished the sacraments of initiation, when you'd like to be confirmed in the Catholic Church as an adult, now's the time. It's not a full-blown adult ed class, but it is time to start that conversation and make sure that you receive all the graces the Holy Spirit has in store for you. We've got the Catholic social teaching, Cross the Street Ministries ramping up. Pro-life is here in October. Be sure to check that out. We covered called youth ministry, men's groups meeting, St. Jude, the Apostle of the Impossible, November 15th. You'll see the schedule in there. So this is a major relic of an apostle of Jesus Christ, one of the original 12, coming to Lewiston, Maine, to the Basilica for a day of adoration, of veneration. We might have adoration of the Blessed Sacrament downstairs. So this is veneration and intercessions by St. Jude. So please come out for that. The children's choir is looking for kids who want to join them. St. Anne Sodality's got their general meetings coming up. Basilica Brunch, they're looking for some volunteers to help run that. The Russells have been doing a fantastic job running that every week, but they were going to be out of town and looking for volunteers. So Joanne's got a pretty easy checklist. She's got ways to get the food. She just needs the volunteers to help clean up the tables or to help serve the food. So if you're interested in helping with the Basilica Brunch, please do reach out to the Russells there. Christmas Fair at Our Lady coming up November 18th. All that and more can be found in this week's bulletin. God bless you all. We'll see you at Mass.